They are trying to get some sort of conservatorship placed on him. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, Leilani of Barbados. Yes, we are going to talk about some shocking details from a source about Meghan and Harry splitting. And you see there where Harry just jumps out the car, leaving her behind. He does give space for her to be in the frame by herself because obviously this was organized and everyone knows that. I know that Montecito is an hour and a half to 2 hours outside of LA. That's why I kept saying the restaurant is in LA. And in the middle of this horrible weather, they drove to LA. I do know how LA is set up. So I know they don't live in West Hollywood or downtown LA or anything, that they would be close to this. Okay, but thanks for the heads up. Anyway, here we go. So they go inside there. Meghan, although smiling and posing, rushes ahead and Harry's like nowhere to be seen. Oh, there he is. Okay. And he's very touchy-feely with this gentleman, which is why I said, is this his date? Or like, what kind of date is this? You know the video. So here's what happened. When you put yourself out there in the middle of a hate storm, do not be surprised if people start making assumptions about your life that you're not going to want. The World Privacy Tour, they are on, and any backlash that comes from that at this point, especially after the South Park episode, they should not be surprised or disappointed. Okay, anyway, let's get to these comments that I got from my lovely viewers. Some of them are hilarious, but I just wanted to highlight some of them about the video I did yesterday, which was about the Frogmore eviction. And I also wanted to clear up some things. I know it's not technically an eviction. That's not what it really is, but that's what the press is calling it. They were never evicted because it was never theirs to begin with. Why is nobody mentioning that Frogmore never belonged to them? Really, I was always led to believe it belonged to the UK citizens. It is a grace and favor property. What is that? What is a grace and favor property? A grace and favor home is a residential property owned by a monarch by virtue of his or her position as head of state and leased, often rent-free, which I love. I love that. To persons as part of an employment package or in gratitude for past services rendered. And since there were no services rendered, why do they still have it in the first place? Based on this definition. So I'm glad we cleared that up. Oh, somebody told me that it's pronounced Berkshire, not Berkshire. Berkshire, not Berkshire. This is why I love you guys. I'm such a stickler for this pronunciation and everything, so thank you so much for correcting me on that. But anyway, that was somehow in relation to the home that the Waleses have outside of Windsor. Very beautiful. And I must read this comment from Shelley's Cloud because she's shouting it. Not really. But she says, I keep shouting about it because nobody is. But remember Harry brought up rumors of William having an affair and said CNC leaked it to the press. That's Charles and Camilla. That's the lowest, dirtiest, most despicable thing yet. And you're absolutely right. Look, he went so low. He went lower than a whale's shite, according to my great-grandfather. But I think we do try not to give it oxygen, you know, or even put that idea into people's heads because they have been trying and I've seen it too. You're right. Very important about the renovations. Loads of you are saying that Charles repaid it. Charles repaid it. I believe he repaid it because they spent all that money that people paid for, then they left. Yeah, so maybe Charles gave it to Harry to repay. I mean, we know he doesn't have that money to just put on the table. That's why the Crown had to pay for it first. So if he didn't have the money then, what would make him have the money when it was repaid? That's what I said didn't sit well with me. So yeah, Charles obviously paid it back for him and then pretended like he paid it. Okay, and this comment, like, I died. Meghan's fashion sense is based on the derelict line from Zoolander. I'm ready to move into Frogmore if nobody wants to. I believe that most of Fergie's utterances are made while she's lit. The two people that are appalled, Meghan and Harry, Scooby is the love child of Liza Minnelli. He should revive her Broadway musicals as he is a terrible journalist. Deceased. I'm deceased. No, but this is so funny. I love that comment so much. But anyway, even if Sarah's lit, apparently I'm mistaken. She has another house, darlings. I didn't know about it. Not just a 30 room, but people are saying 30 bedroom, which is like, really? I need to fact check that one day, but not today. Sarah has a house in Mayfair, so it doesn't even matter about the 30 room house, bedroom house. And she's rich because she's an author. That's what people are telling me. There's her and her house, and it's not very big. It's £5 million it costs, but it's just modest. For her to say that alone, you know she's stacked. Speaking about classless, I'm about to get a bit very out of character for somebody like me. But I've come across this source who has this to say about this split. It's super out there theory, but tell me what you think of this theory. The source says, I'm friendly with a girl called Anya. She's in the industry and she has links to the Getty family. And what she has told me sounds like it's true, that Meghan has forced her way into this man's life and has already brainwashed him. I see no lies. The family is extremely upset and worried. And what Anya said is that they are trying to get some sort of conservatorship placed on him. Or Baker Act him. If he's in the States now, you're going to be Baker Acted. I have mentioned that before, but in jest, really. They have noticed large sums of money going missing and shifted out. He's suspected to be potentially senile or heavily depressed, but very easily led. Anya has links in San Fran and has heard that Harry is hanging out with known drug users of the society type and has moved out into a luxury condo provided by Salesforce or Better Up. Can't remember which one the source says it is. While Meghan is in Los Angeles. But is he also LGBT queer now? Because he's in San Fran, he has a dinner date that's male. I mean, I would be so here for that, to be honest. I would be so here for that. Especially because no other gold digging woman in LA is going to want him now if they split up, because he's lost everything. Okay? He doesn't even have a house in England anymore. The ladies of LA, and I'm being general here, and who cares? People called me gold digger before too, so just live with it. The ladies of LA are quite serious about their prospects. Bank accounts. Here we go. The kids... Nobody knows what's going on. Anya says she has been told the kids haven't been anywhere on Getty property. Please tell me what this is about, this Getty thing, this Getty name that keeps being mentioned. It's a stretch. There's a lot of stretches there. There's a lot of reaching there. But just tell me what you think of that. That is the gossip today. And just a palate cleanser, I've just found out about the Sydney annual duck fashion show. Meghan Markle could definitely take some tips from these stylish birds. Look at them. They're so cute. I can't. Thank you so much for watching me, as always. And look at my video from last night. It's in a different format, but tell me what you think. Love you so much. Bye.
Bye.
Subscribe and press the bell notification.